calling out fake YouTube photographers. It's what you've asked me to do. I've had a few messages about it going, is this person a fake? Would you call them out on it? And for those who don't know what a fake photographer is before we get to calling fake photographers out, I understand it as two separate things. Okay, there's two different things here in which embody the fake photographer, as you will. And this is not my terminology, by the way. One is, it's the people who are going, I'm running these workshops, look at all my gear, come and do a workshop with me. They're educators. They're not fake photographers, they're professional educators. Very honourable profession. It's like being a teacher. Well, it is being a teacher. They are professional educators. Brilliant at what they do, great at teaching. On the other side of the spectrum, we have people who claim to be running successful businesses offering to sell sales courses. Now, these sorts of things, they've come from the entrepreneur, self-improvement world, but they have sadly filtered into YouTube, and you will probably be getting them as adverts before, during, and after this video. And these are people who are making bodacious claims. Claims that I, as a professional photographer, like actually have an agent, shoot big campaigns, and also an educator, would never dream of making. They are saying things like, I have a 9-step sales program that will help you make this amount of money. I can make you be a professional photographer. I will, you will, absolute terms. They are nonsense. No one can promise you that. I don't care how much money you give me. If you are a rubbish photographer, you're not making. So these people, I agree, they are worthy of calling them out. Sadly, none of them seem to have any set address to call out to, but you will spot them because they will make those absolute promises. Now, on the other side, the education platforms, your pay monthlies, your workshops, these are sold by educators. These are not fake photographers. These are educators. Now, I, as someone who runs them myself, I run them as an educator. Yes, I work as a photographer. That is my bread and butter, sort of. I think it's now about 75% of my income because the educational thing's gone well in the last few years. So, but the educational thing is my side hustle. It's my thing I like to do on the side. I like educating. It is nothing like professional photography. They are two separate businesses, two separate worlds, two separate skill sets. The skill set I need over here as an educator is completely different to the skill set I need as a photographer. And some educators go, I've got this educated skill set, let's educate. And that is a noble thing to do. Teaching people how to do something, regardless of the fact that they're making money, is a good thing to do. I can't think of any educational jobs that are particularly bad for the world, for humanity, and for us in general. They are right to do what they do. I'm yet to find one who's tried to play that I'm also a pro photographer card. You know, some of them work as photographers. Some of them were professional photographers who got to a point where they either didn't enjoy it anymore, couldn't stand it anymore, or maybe their businesses failed. But the business failing does not make them a bad educator. Likewise, the way that some of the education programs work compared to mine are completely different. I can't teach you the nuts and bolts of a camera because I find it boring. I don't want to teach you about how aperture and f-stop works, but I know some brilliant workshops that will teach you that very, very well. Now, if you happen to want to learn about how commercial photographers do their marketing or how we run our businesses, I can teach about that because that's something I'm passionate about. But I'm also not going to teach you about lighting setups because I don't agree with lighting setups. I don't find them useful personally, so I don't teach that. So you see, it's not so much people pretending to be things, it's more people doing what they do. And for some reason in our industry, everybody thinks if you're not shooting the big worldwide campaigns, you're not worth a damn thing. And that's just not true. It's not true at all. I personally, at the stage I'm at in my career, I make sure that I'm getting my education from the right people. I wouldn't go to somebody who teaches the nuts and bolts of cameras at this point because hopefully in 15 years I've learnt it. But I do go and find agents, art buyers, creative directors who can sit down with me. Obviously, I pay for their time and give me real feedback, tell me what it is that I'm doing wrong from their point of view, because they don't care about my 7-point lighting system. They care about the aesthetic, the story, the narrative, and what's going into my work. And that brings us back to this very important point, calling out fake photographers. I think for sure, if they are scammy, if they are trying to sell you something which obviously cannot deliver, they need calling out. Or at least you need to warn your friends not to buy into those pyramid, multi-level marketing, whatever schemes. But if they're an educator and they're claiming to be nothing more than an educator, don't give them a hard time. It's a noble profession. It's a good profession. It is a skilled profession. Most photographers I know couldn't teach you a thing. Now, as the fans whir up on my background light, I see this as a good time to say goodbye. Have a good day. See you soon.